Hi everyone, and this is just a quick video test of my light. I think the settings are, just hang on, 50th of a second, f4, ISO 400. And now I'm going to turn on the new Yn160. I'm going to stand roughly back again, and as you can see, this is with the light on. This is the light on full power, ISO 400, 50th of a second, and obviously I'm shooting against a backlit situation. Hi all, and here is the few pictures from the Yn160 as well. I thought I'd show you these and also show you a little bit of video footage. This is the 160 LED Yn160. I don't know if I said 560 then, 160 LED light. So let me just, where's the info gone? Oh, aye. So if you look at the first shot, it is at 80th of a second, f2.8 at ISO 400, and as you can see there's hardly any light. So if we go to the second one, now these are not edited and these aren't brilliant pictures, I was just messing around with the light to see what power I could get out of it for my weddings and stuff like that, if I need a bit of extra light. And obviously I got it for doing my videos for YouTube as well, so that if I shoot against a backlit situation I can have a bit of fill light from the LED light. And as you can see, this one shots at 80th of a second at f2.8 ISO 400. It's a bit cold, it wants the white balance warming up obviously because the LED lights are slightly blue, but it's done a nice job. Then I just thought I'd speed the shutter up just from 80th to 100, because obviously sometimes you might be using that shutter speed, you might need, and you can see it actually does rob a fair bit of power, probably about a third of a stop of power. I suppose a third of a stop of power. I went up a third of a stop on shutter speed. So the light was about a good metre, if not a metre and a half away from this flower. Then I slowed the shutter down to 60th of a second, and you can really see now we've got some nice illumination. I mean, obviously the shadows would want to come up and the white balance would want warming up a touch. And we just put the pink up a little bit, maybe too much, and you've got something like, I don't know what I just did there, sorry. There's the before and there's the after. I didn't use a reflector or anything, otherwise I'll just reset that. Obviously it wasn't a lighting video, I was just seeing what power I could get out of the light. Another one, 100 of a second, ISO 640, f2.8. What I will say with this light is you're going to be needing ISOs a minimum of 400, and you want to be working between like 400 and 1600 with it to get some real good oomph from it. But I mean, that ain't bad. 100 of a second, f2.8, ISO 640. I mean, that's full illumination as well. So if you was using the LED light for a bit of a fill light on your shadows, you wouldn't quite need all this power that it's giving here now. And this is another one where I up the ISO to 1000 and I'm now shooting at 5.6. I mean, that's pretty impressive for an LED. Look at the sharpness of that Canon 28mm lens. Do you know what? With that Canon 28mm lens, I don't think I've ever had a blurred shot, ever. It just, I don't know, you can't get blurred shots with it. Then we've got f4, 80th of a second, ISO 800. I mean, just look at that. I'm actually very impressed. Do you know what I mean? You could actually do some nice portraits. If you had two of these, you might be at ISO 800 like, at f2.8, but you could do portraits with these bloody things. Yeah, so really loving it. Now, with this shot, if you look, what I decided to do was, because this is one of the reasons why I bought it, was I want to use it as a rim light more than anything. So when I'm shooting at like ISO 800 at f2.8 and 1600 at f2.8, I wanted a rim light, and it's dead easy to use the LED light. Now, if you look, you can see the beautiful rim light on these flowers, and the front light is flash. It was my flash. I had my Canon 580X on the camera, and I was bouncing it off the wall behind me in the ceiling. I did have the flash fully turned down. I would have liked the flash to be something like that. And then the background, the rim light would have stood out even more. But I had the flash fully turned down. I would even had my hand over some of it, and it still wouldn't go because I was only about a foot away from that flower. the flash were just too powerful. But that doesn't bother me anyway. But you can see, look at it, nice rim light up here, nice rim light on edges at flowers. Again, I turned it up onto 3/4 power now, and you can see we've got a nice rim light. The only thing letting it down was the flash from the front is a little bit, it wants to be a little bit darker, just to make the background light, the rim light, stand out even more. And there you go, that's full power now. There's hardly any difference. I'll tell you what I did notice, if you look at 2.8 and if you look at 3.2, look at difference on how clear your depth of field. You see that I'm back at bed? You wouldn't think a third of a stop would give you that much more depth of field, but it's really good, is that wide angle lens. Hang on, have I got another one? Yeah, 2.8 and 3.2. So yeah, Yn160. It's going to be, what are my final thoughts? You will have seen the video. I'll show you the video after this. A quick video of me using it in a backlit situation, and I was lighting my face up with a light. I think it's a really, really good buy, and I think it'll really come in handy at weddings and stuff like that, to use if you're photographing the cake, and you know, or you want to just use it as a rim light is what I'm going to use it for, because obviously I can use my flashes for my main light. I don't really think I'd use the LED for that, but it would be nice as a rim light, because I don't have to mess around putting it on triggers and stuff like that. I can just turn it on and just point it where I want it to go, and it'll work. Do you know what I mean? And obviously I'm going to use it for my video, so that when I'm shooting in my kitchen and stuff like that, I'm not going to be at ISO 1600 at f2.8. I can be at ISO 400 instead at f4 or something like that. And I've not really showed the light. I'll probably, there's loads of reviews on the light, but so you can see what you get in the box. Basically, you get the light, you can have it on a light stand, you can put it on your camera's hot shoe, you get some filters. These was all shot with a white filter in, a little white filter, so it would probably even give you a bit more power if you took the white filter off, because that'll probably kill a stopper light, I bet. I never really tried it without that on. And then you get your orange filter, so you can warm the light up if you want. You know, if you're shooting under tungsten light, and you're taking in some ambient at a wedding, you can put your tungsten filter in the front. It comes in a lovely net bag. A lovely bag does the light, so you can actually just sling it in your camera bag. It's very small, and it's, as you can see, I mean, that, you know, it's done a fantastic job. I mean, look at these. You wouldn't think, I mean, obviously the crappy pictures, but you know, the shot in bedroom, I mean, look at that. I'm impressed. Like I say, a little bit cool, but obviously that's just a 2-minute fix in edit. But if you ain't got one of these video lights, get one. If not, I might even get another, actually, as that way you can use a key and a fill. Thanks for watching. Please comment and subscribe.